Whoa, well this is going to be a blast of a video, pun intended. We are going sandblasting. Well, I say we. Someone's coming to do some sandblasting on the farm, which is quite exciting because they're gonna sort out my rusty roll bar for the 35 amongst other things. So let me tell you, as I probably mentioned a while ago, or I did mention a while ago, my roll bar needs a bit of work. I was looking at possibly sandblasting it or rubbing it down myself, and very luckily a company called I've forgotten their name. I think it's Applied Concept. They're from Ireland. Well, they'll tell you their name when they come. Let me have a look. I'm rubbish, aren't I? Applied Concepts Limited, yes. I can read you the stuff actually. They're based in Ireland and they specialise in design and manufacture of sandblasters and air compressors. Anyway, they've offered to come and sandblast my roll bar and do a few other bits. So they're coming tomorrow morning and they're going to sort out this, because look at the state of it. Get all this paint off and, well, more importantly, the rust. Look at the state of it. Get that back to bare metal. So they're going to do that. They're also, they said, have you got any other stuff you want doing? So I actually thought, do you know what? This is a perfect time to do the topper that I was given by Chris. So this is sort of, it's already had a coat of paint up by someone else once before, I think. Then it's had a red on it and it's got a kind of, I guess that could be hammerite on there. So we're going to do that. I'll have to, I'm just going to sort this out later. I'm going to protect all the stuff in here because I don't want the blasting stuff to go inside there. So I'm going to seal that off. Try and get the PTO off, although I don't know whether I can get it undone. The button seems to be jammed. I've got a few other bits to sort out. Look, the top link needs doing. That's pretty rusty, isn't it? And then I have got an unusual object, a very unusual object we're going to sandblast. So stay tuned, come and watch what we're up to. When they come, I'll get them to explain all about what they do. But it's going to be brilliant. I'm going to get this sandblasted and tidied up. You've got to vote on the colour, by the way. What colour should I repaint that? I'm going to do it in an oxide primer, obviously. Should it be grey? Should it be red? Should it be white? White's the original colour. I'm going, in my head, I'm thinking grey to match the rest of the grey on the Fergie. Anyway, have a think. Crack on. So I told you I had a surprise for you. What else we're sandblasting? I'm going to show you now. Look at that. We've got a phone box. We have a phone box to do. We'll have a look at all the bits we're going to do in a minute. In the meantime, the guys are just going to unload now, and I'll show you what we're doing with it. We're about to kick off. We have the blaster in the van. Aidy's going to get that off there. Skillful bit of unloading, and we'll have a look at the blaster in a minute. Right, I'm going to grab you now.
Under pressure.
Sam, I'm editing this all in funny orders, mate, but you are the main man. Let's be fair, you've had quite a trip this morning. You've flown over from Ireland to come here today.
I left the house at 2:30 in the morning.
No, you don't. You were joking me.
I did, and I was at the airport for 4, loads of time.
What?
Hour and a half delay, and yeah, I only landed about 20 minutes ago.
Well, fair play to you for coming. So,
not too bad.
Tell me about your company then, and what this is all about.
No,
right.
So I'm the national sales rep for Applied Concepts.
Right.
We started in 2007.
Yeah.
Mark Clendenin is the managing director. He started by welding these pots himself.
Wow.
The first ones, he welded them himself.
Yeah.
Now we have a staff of 20.
Yeah.
We manufacture a range of different pots.
Okay.
We also do a PTO compressor.
Right.
And we're a dealer distributor for diesel compressors in Ireland and the UK.
So, but basically you're a sandblasting company, is that what you...
We're a manufacturer.
You're a manufacturer.
Of sandblasting equipment, yes.
This is where I'm leading. So you make this gear...
From scratch.
Which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, yeah.
But
we roll these vessels ourselves, welded, powder coated, everything's done in-house.
But then but if someone wants, so you then sell them to people, but also you've got a franchise sort of network or whatever.
So we would send to end users,
Yeah.
right? Your farmer or your company that wants a blasting machine.
Yeah.
They come to us and they say, this is our application, have you got a machine to sort it?
Okay.
But we also have dealers and distributors across Europe.
Yeah.
In the UK, we have United Abrasives, Applied UK.
Which is who's here today, isn't it?
Yeah. Oliver is the national sales rep for the UK. They're based in Birmingham.
Right.
And they sell all our range of blasting machines.
And if someone wanted to get some blasting like this done today, how do they get hold of you? Let's plug it. Come on.
We don't do the blasting.
No, but someone else does. But how do they get hold of you?
So if you want to get a machine from us, or you're interested in a machine like that, it'd be sales@unitedabrasives.co.uk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to see some of this kit in action.
Yes, this is our
beast.
Our Unimog,
right,
so to speak,
is that
blasting machine. She has all the bells and whistles, and you can do a lot with it.
Wow.
So your traditional blasting machine would have had sand in it, right? Now we use crushed glass.
Okay.
So you think of the bottle banks in Tesco, that glass.
Why do you use crushed glass then?
It's been through a heat cycle.
Yeah.
And so there's no silica in the abrasive. So you get no harmful dust or pollutants coming off it then.
Right.
It's also cheap and cheerful because you're recycling it.
Right, okay,
and
good.
You're getting rid of a waste product and reusing it again.
So the interesting thing is, I understand, I assumed this was going to be really dusty.
No.
But it's not, is it? Because you use water in it. From my water trough, which we cleaned out earlier, because it was really dirty. So this is the kit then.
Yeah. So typically, this is what you would have in a dry blaster.
That's like something out of Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like Ghostbusters.
It does. It looks like with the pack and everything. Yeah.
So what have we got here then? What have we got going into it?
This is just for stopping and starting the machine, right? So you pull your safety lever back, you push this down, the machine will pressurize and start. This is the water line,
right?
And it comes in here. So as your glass and your abrasive comes through, it using a suction siphon system, it sucks in the water and it creates like a fine mist of water,
right?
Which kills all dust straight away. So you have the dust from the abrasive, but you also have the dust when you're blasting the steel, the paint dust coming off and the rust dust and everything. So and it just kills that straight away. That's
amazing, because I just, like I said, I assumed that we'd be surrounded by a dust cloud and it would be blowing everywhere,
and typically, you know, the dry blasting would have been done with you know, a big helmet, a cape, and a boiler suit and everything, whereas this is what we need. This is all that we need for wet blasting.
So I'm intrigued to see this working then, because this is going to be good. So we got, let me just walk over here what we've got here. So this is bits off my tractor and a few like random foot scrapers. So how easy is that to get off there? Because that's quite thickly rusted, isn't it?
I would say all these bits will probably take about 15 minutes or so.
Wow, so it's pretty quick then.
Yeah, like, you know, rust is really not a problem. Like, okay, you have a good bit of pitted rust in there, but that paint is just going to fall off straight away. No problem.
That's really good. And then we got Adrian's phone box. Now this is quite an interesting thing. So you got wood here and you've got cast iron. Now how easy is it to blast off the different materials?
So this would have been hardwood.
Yes, it is.
So when you blast this, we can just turn the pressure down on the blaster.
Okay.
And we can actually strip all the paint back and just put a new fresh, go back a couple of mil on the wood.
Right.
Give it a new thing.
Yeah.
We do it with outside furniture, or if you've, you know, a lot of refurbishment companies that would use it for manor houses, and you'd have sash windows.
Because I was wondering about wood, would that be a problem with the sand? But you just adjust the pressure.
Lower pressure.
Wow.
Lower pressure. Around 3 bar for the wood, and all steel is done at 7 bar.
Right. Oh, 7 bars. So you got okay. And then finally, we're going to go on. That's a lot of work on there, isn't it? Some thick layers of paint.
It is. It's not, but it is all kind of uniform and straight. But I would say most of this is going to come off fairly quickly.
Right. I'll be interested to see.
Yeah, we'll see now.
And then finally, I've got this topper, which I was very generously given.
Yes.
And I don't, you know, we're just going to strip this off and I'm going to repaint that with the kids. And that's
lovely big panels, very nice to do.
I know, nice and flat. And also, same for me for painting, I'm thinking that's quite a nice painting job because it's really quick. You just go up and down with a brush. Yeah. I'm not, poor old Adrian's got to paint all that. I'm not painting that. You know, that's his job.
No.
So we'll see it in action in a minute then.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
We'll get her all set up now.
Yeah. I was just seeing you unloading stuff. Now, that's loud, isn't it? You've got a compressor here. Yeah. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this. You're the man who's going to be doing the blasting, aren't you?
We'll be
Are you going to share it?
Yeah, we'll be sharing the blasting work.
So Ollie, you called this medium earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, so this is fine crushed glass medium.
Yeah.
So it's made with recycled glass.
Can't really see. It looks like sand, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I wouldn't have known that was glass until Sam said.
So this is one of the smaller medias in that range. So one that's even smaller than that.
So why do you need different grades of media then?
For different jobs.
Right.
So you can have medias where you just be polishing the surface.
Right.
You'll have heavy rust.
Right.
So you'll need a bigger media to get it off.
Right.
So yeah, but for this kind of work, what we're doing today, the fine grade will work well.
And how much of a challenge are these things? Because that's got quite thick paint on it. That's got quite pitted rust.
Yeah.
Is it a challenge to get that off, or is it fairly easy? Or
no, you'll see when we start, it will come off quite quickly. I think these that'll come up quite well. Right. Very quickly. A little more work involved in that. You want to be really careful. Yeah. So we'll stand back a little bit, not too close.
No, that's right.
And again, then the top over there. Yeah. Yeah. Probably I would estimate about three hours work. Right.
I'll be interested to see what, I've never seen a sandblaster in action, so I'm interested to see what condition it'll be like afterwards.
Well, as you know, if you were trying to do all that by hand,
I was thinking about I was struggling to find someone local to do that, and then I thought I'd have a go at it, and I looked at it and thought, God, and then someone was advising me on YouTube, said, "Oh, get it sandblasted." Yeah. So fair play. Yeah. This is going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. And you can have a go on your Ghostbusters machine. Yeah. Just starting on it, and you see,
it'll take about 15 seconds before the media comes through. Right.
There it is. Look at that glass, very soft. Oh, you feel sieve it as well.
Yeah, always best to, even if the bags are new. Right. I've emptied some before and there's been bolts in there.
How's that?
Yeah, you don't want that going through the
No. Right, look. Oh, it's flying off. Look at that. I'll just stop a second and have a quick look. So wow, that's come back. That's amazing. That's come back right to the bare metal pretty quick as well. Yeah. Fair play.
You see though, I'll do this plate on the bottom. You'll get a before and after there. Yeah.
So we got this very rusty pitted. I'll let you carry on. I'll stand back with this Ghostbusters kit. Right. Here we go. Look at that, you can even see it's got some numbers on it. Couldn't see that before. Brilliant, brilliant. Nice one, mate. Look at the difference. It almost looks like it's in grey primer, doesn't it? Onto the top of the A-frame now. Right, so that's the tractor A-frame done. The thing is now we've got this bad boy beast to do. This is going to be really interesting, isn't it? It's not mine, I wish it was. Look at it. Look at the state of the paint. Look, it's already peeling off. That's been out in the garden probably 30 odd years or more apparently. I wonder if I can get inside. Look. This will be really interesting. Oh. And look at the state of the roof. It's been a long time since someone made a phone call in here, isn't it? So it's going to be quite a big task for them to do all this, because it's quite a big area. And there's all the putty there. I've got to be careful. He is wearing goggles. There's glass in that bit. But look at it. And the door, of course, is wooden, as we were discussing earlier. So, well, actually, I didn't realise it's cast iron in a wooden sort of surround. So how well that comes up, that would be really interesting to see, wouldn't it? Hey, we'll have a look. So this to me is, you've done a brilliant job on the A-frame. Yeah. This to me looks quite a challenge. Is this a challenge for you?
Okay, look, the little bit more intricate detail and stuff, it is. Cast iron and mild steel makes no difference. Right. Right, it'll come up just like it. And I do suspect that this paint will come straight off. Yeah. The putty and stuff from the gas, that'll come off very easily. I've got to be careful with the hardwood, so I will turn down the pressure, so I'll do all the steel work first, and then we'll go around and we'll do the hardwood after.
You're not that tall, are you?
I know.
You might need a step ladder.
Yeah, we might get a couple of pallets or something.
All right, mate. Yeah. Brilliant. So, I mean, what sort of things have you sandblasted in the past?
Jeez, some weird stuff, all right. A lot of agri equipment, a lot of trailers, a lot of implements and that. I've also done a lot of engines. Right. Have you? You know, big old engines. Right. Okay. I had an old diesel off a Massey 1200. Right. You know, very strange one. Yeah. But buildings and stuff as well. Right. Done an awful lot of.
So you do some big scale stuff then?
Oh yeah.
Which must take days and days.
Yeah. Now a lot of the blasting that we do is for. We're demoing the machine for the customer. We're doing training with them, so we would spend the whole day with them and go through it. But we're teaching them how to blast rather than us actually. We don't do blasting for people at all. Okay. We just teach how to do it. Yeah. And then of course we have a little bit of marketing and we have the demonstrations as well. We have all of that.
So the demonstration today is well,
it's showing you what the machine is capable of, isn't it?
Well, it's doing a brilliant job. Let's see how you get on with this then. Yes. Crack on.
All right.
Just turning the pressure down because he's doing the wood. I'll give me a chance to stop and have a look. So you can see, wow, that's come up lovely, hasn't it? Look at that. You would have a struggle with a wire brush on there. And look, this is the wood on the door, hardwood.
Let's just turn the pressure down to the hardwood.
All right, I'm going to stand out of your way. So look at it. That's amazing. So, probably, I'll move away, it's very noisy. Let's go in the cubicle. Oh, it is noisy. You see why he wears the ear defenders. It's really interesting for me to see this, because I've never seen sandblasting before. And a friend of mine used to have a sandblasting kit, his dad did it. And he said to me, oh, do you know what, it's going to be really dusty. He said you won't really want that around the yard and stuff. But you can see with this water, with it going in there, it suppresses the dust, so you don't get the dust. And actually, so I'm only doing, the reason the phone box is here and my mate brought it over is the fact that they were very kindly said that they'd come and do the roll bar for me. But to be honest, I had to make it worthwhile their journey really. It wasn't really fair on them just to come over, because Sam there's come from Ireland, Ollie's come down from Birmingham. It wasn't really fair on them to come do 10 minutes of sandblasting, even though they get a bit of video out of it. So the phone box is a good one to do because it helps my friend out, but also it's actually demonstrating how this sandblasting kit's working, and he's doing a cracking job really. Imagine getting on there with wire brush. When we did the village soap phone box a few years ago, we decided not to actually strip it back to the metal because we looked at it and thought it was too hard a job. And this is the sort of kit that's ideal for that. Anyway, I'll just show you the water. Look, they're just using the water out of the water trough, pulling out of there. Going in there, and it suppresses the dust with the sand. There you go, look. Of course, the other good thing about this is I've got the cleaning up job to do at the end of the day, but it's going to be a load easier to brush that stuff up than it would if it was just dust, because it would have blown everywhere, whereas because it's watered down, it's all falling where the blast is, if you know what I mean, because it's wet. It's not blowing in the air. So I will get down and just brush that all up. Look at that. Fair play. There's a lot of fiddly bits to do on there. It's not just a solid wall. Look at it. Sam's on the crown now. This is a bit I wanted to see. Get the royalty bit cleaned up. Look at the state of that. We should be able to have a better idea of what that's like in a minute. I'm going to step back out the way because I don't want to get splattered, although it's quite hard to. Look at that! Wow, look at that! That's wonderful, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. That's come up so well, hasn't it? The detail on it and everything. Wow. I love that.
You'll get so much more detail.
I know. Totally. It's like new, well, will be when it's finished. Look at that. So, well, I'm going to leave him to do that, and I'm going to come back and have a look at it when he's finished doing that, because it's going to take him quite a while. We'll have a chat with him when he's finished. I got a lot of glass blown back on the lens. There might be a few dust marks, but we'll leave him to do that. Oh, I don't think the cows know what to make of the sandblasting. Sam, you're doing an amazing job. You got up at 2 AM this morning.
Yeah, 2 AM. So
you're knackered.
I've done 2 of my 8 hours today.
Fair play, and you're getting on a plane soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now you've done the phone box.
Yeah.
We're tackling the last item.
Yes.
which is the topper.
The topper.
Is this a fairly easy thing for you to do?
It is, because it has lovely panels and everything.
Yeah.
And I'd imagine this is probably 20-ish or so years old.
Oh, more than that. I think I was given it, actually.
Okay, so
I don't know. Thick steel.
We're gonna have good steel. Yeah. We're gonna have loads of layers of paint that's going to come off.
There's definitely blue and red underneath there.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting now to see the colours. Yeah. We'll do the corner here. We'll start.
Right. Just make a start, and then I'll catch up at the end. All right. Brilliant. Nice one, mate. Safety on. Oh, it's coming off like a tree. Wow. I can see from that just doing the panels is a lot easier job than doing, say, like the foam box or those tractor bits. And as you said, you've got a big flat surface, it's easy to bounce the stuff off. Look at it. Flying off. Wow. That won't take long for him to finish. We'll have a look at that when he's finished it. Let's have a look at this then. Look at that. It hasn't even blown off yet, but that's come up beautifully. Look at that. I'll be able to get some paint on there. Almost wish I could just leave it like that. Not paint it, just leave it, but it'll rust out and it'll look rubbish. So I'm going to give that a good coat. I think probably pylon paint on that. I think that's what that'll get. Sam's about to clear off. He's got to get a plane to Ireland. Look, he's getting on an EasyJet. This is dedication to the job. There's a few things I want to ask him about it. So, yes. So I'm interested. I noticed you're all togged up and with safety gear. What are the issues you have with this?
Okay, so because you're wet blasting as opposed to dry blasting, the dust is not harmful because it's in the water straight away, so it's washing onto the floor. So the only thing you have to protect yourself is the bounce back of the material off the steel. But because it's water running down it, it kills an awful lot of the momentum. Yeah. So all you need is a full face grinding shield, right? IP rated, same way you would with an angle grinder. That's all you need for blasting with it. If you were dry blasting, you need a helmet, 2 visors, a cape and everything, because the steel will, as the abrasive comes out, it's kind of 200 miles an hour out of the end of the hose.
That's fast, isn't it?
Yeah, and it'll hit the steel and it'll come back and it won't lose much momentum.
Yeah.
So it'll hurt as well if you're not wearing enough layers in that. Sure. So, but with wet blasting, the water just runs down it.
And I noticed you need the ear defenders. It's quite noisy, isn't it?
Yes. So obviously, if you've 7 or 8 bar leaving a hose, it's always going to be loud. Yeah. People will know from air compressors in the shed. That it's loud, right?
Well, it's good to see you're togged up right.
But if you do it consistently over a number of an hour or 2 hours, you get ringing in the ears. Yeah. No, you have to. You have to. One other thing, and people are going to ask the question, right?
Right.
This obviously you can see, right? There's a little bit of surface rust starting to come in. We call this flash rust.
Right.
So we have a rust inhibitor.
Yeah.
And Ollie is going to put it on the steel afterwards. So you have about 3 or 4 days before.
Oh really? So you don't have to do it quite straight away, because that's the issue with bare metal. It does like rusting, doesn't it?
Of course. Now most of your oxidizing paints or anything like that, a little bit of rust is no problem at all. But we're going to put the rust inhibitor on it, and you can leave it out here, and you got 2 or 3 days to put primer onto it. Of course, the quicker you do it, the better.
I will be cracking on, mate.
Absolutely,
crack on.
Absolutely.
Hey.
But no, she turned out very well now.
Oh, brilliant job. We'll have a little look round that in a minute. Yeah. You see on it there. Well done, mate. Ollie's going to finish it off, and he's having a cheeky fag break over there. Hey, I caught him. Brilliant. Nice one, mate.
Oh, brilliant. Pleasure, Richard.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Look, the cows are interested as well.
They are.
They're watching, look. This is the best thing they've seen for years. it's going home time. I've packed away my bits. Adrian's come to get his phone box. We'll be doing some painting another day. That'll be another video, but I just got to get a bit of this skilled driver at work. I'd be scared to lift that because it's quite fragile really with a cast iron. I take it it's his wrist, not mine. I hope I don't capture on video a phone box breaking into pieces, because it has been welded before. I think it's just putting on the pallet, then you use the pallet forks to put on the trailer. Big old thing, isn't it? I think when they were first constructed, they were in a kit form, like a Meccano kit, and you put them together, the pieces. Hang on. And down. Right, nice. Well, the chaps from Applied Concepts have gone home and I'm just sort of tidying up here really, and I have to say what a flipping genuine bunch of blokes they were. So they don't know I'm going to say this bit at the end, so they haven't plugged me or anything. So doing this YouTubing thing is a bit of a weird one really, because I get approached by quite a lot of people trying to get me to do stuff on farm, you know, like we'll bring you stuff for a day or even lend you stuff for a month, or we'll send you a gift or stuff like that. And generally speaking, I don't really bother with it really. I'm sort of a bit loath to do too much of that sort of thing, because I don't really want to turn it into this giant advertising hoarding. And if I do want to do something, I've got to be something that really I'm genuinely going to use and stuff like that. So you can see the tractor bits there I got blasted off, you know, that roll bar is definitely going to be on the Massey, you know, it's something I needed to do, and they, fair play, they came to me and said they'd do it for me. But what was really interesting, right, so I said to Sam when he left, I said, look, do you want me to plug your website, and I'll do a chat with you and you can just mention it and all that stuff. And he said, oh, do you know, I'm not that bothered, you know, don't worry about it, the video's good enough, you know, I don't need to do that and stuff. And I thought, fair play to you, because, you know, when I get contacted by some of these companies, even before they ask me, they just want to chuck in a load of stuff saying we need this in and we want you to put our website here and do all that sort of stuff. And these guys, they came out, they did a great job. They weren't really looking for a massive plug. They want this video to go out there and people to see what they do, but they weren't looking for me to really push them hard. So and I, fair play, the bloke who drove from Ireland, he left at 2 AM in the morning, got here, flight delayed, got here about 11:30, stayed till 3:30. Ollie stayed on and finished the job. He had to get back, the flight was at 7, he would have got home at 10 o'clock at night by the time he got in his car and done a 2-hour drive from Dublin Airport just to do this for me. Flipping heck, that's a lot easier than someone sticking a torch in a box and sending it to me and saying stick that in a video, isn't it? Sorry, did I say easier? A lot harder, you know. There was a lot of work. They didn't, you know, whatever they get out of it they deserve anyway. So that was just, I just thought I'd chuck that at the end. So if they're watching, guys, Sam and Ollie, fair play to you lads, thank you so much for coming and doing. And my mate's phone box, he wouldn't go on camera, but he's well chuffed with it, and he's taking it back to his house. His dad's 90 this month. Happy birthday, mate. Your son has bought you home. AD has bought home a lovely phone box. Maybe he'll get his dad up a step ladder painting it. Happy birthday, Dad, paint that. All right, crack on everyone, cheers.
Well, here it is after the shot blasting. I've had a lovely weekend painting. So how about that? All coming together.